Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including The Owl House, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
And Allie Martin.
Hi.
Yeah, we're back sooner than we thought to talk The Owl House, once again, specifically Amity's big crush on Luz that has played
big
out.
Gay crush.
We were talking I guess that's a spoiler, but you probably know already. You probably know.
Go watch first.
We were there for Grom, and where that was revealed, that plot point, and it has now been followed up on in today's episode, Wing It Like Witches, which we'll be talking about that episode and generally talking about Amity's crush and all the moments that happened, as that has been the primary thing people have been reacting to in the episode. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about what might be coming in the finale. Check out our previous Owl House podcasts at overlyanimated.com. We got a dedicated Owl House feed if you search Overly Animated Owl House on your podcast app, or our YouTube, youtube.com/overlyanimated. Yes, spoilers for Wing It Like Witches, Grom, all previous episodes of the Owl House. We've, as of this recording, we've not yet seen the last 2 episodes of the season. But let's get reactions to everything that happened in Wing It Like Witches, and just generally your thoughts on Luz and Amity right now, Delaney.
God, I just 4 a.m. just started screaming. So I finished the episode and I was shaking because, like, it's so cute and Amity is so gay. Like, okay, honestly, this is what's so important to me, is that we have seen these tropes play out over and over in live action, in animation. We saw this happen in Star vs. the Forces of Evil, these very typical, like, heteronormative, like, crush tropes. They did invert it, which is interesting, because instead of the protagonist crushing on someone, it's someone crushing on the protagonist, which is even more adorable, but it's gay. And I cannot emphasize enough how important this is, and how, like, it literally makes me want to cry. And I actually did cry after watching this episode, because to watch this, like, to see, like, this hasn't happened. Like, obviously Adora and Catra and She-Ra are, like, ridiculously gay for each other, but this is a very different relationship. These are very young characters, and just also, it is on Disney, and especially on Disney, like, this trope plays out over and over again, from Hannah Montana to these current shows to, like, live action and animation. We see it in movies, and then to actually see it unfold in real time in a queer relationship is just mind blowing. To think that we're here now, that we get to watch this, and it's adorable and so sweet, and it's happening. Like, there's no subtext in the Owl House. Like, Amity is crushing so hard, and it's amazing. Like, normally Amity would be the male protagonist who's in love with the super popular girl at school, and no, it's just beautiful, and it makes me feel like I feel out of my skin with how happy it makes me, and how important this is.
Have you ascended?
I did ascend. I haven't come back down yet. Gay ascension. And in some ways, this is, almost more important than just having, like, a big gay kiss at the end of a series, because we're seeing this relationship unfold on screen, and no one can be like, it came out of nowhere.
Right?
So,
God.
And it's just so cute, and Amity is just a giant disaster. Like, I mean, just straight up disaster. And I just love this episode. It's actually, like, even if you're like, let's ignore the gay, which you can't. This is an incredible episode. And it's just, I had expectations, but this just blew my mind. And how is this episode gayer than Grom? I don't understand. Like, how are they like, we're going to have a big gay dance. Okay, we're going to make it gayer. Like, how did you do that? I don't understand.
More than Grom. Oh, man. Hot take.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Allie, what were your reactions? Wing It Like Witches.
It's a good hot take that this is gayer than Grom, because I totally agree. I mean, you don't just dance with somebody at the school dance and then not go write in your diary about how gay you are, and then see them the next day and not act like Amity did. But it was just so well done. I mean, Delaney pretty much covered it perfectly. Like, you see these tropes all the time with hetero couples. It's interesting that you compared it to Star and say that they inverted it with the not the side character, but the secondary main character having a crush on the protagonist. Because when I think of, like, tropes I've seen with this kind of thing before. I think of like Kim Possible with Ron.
Oh,
So
yeah.
to me, I was like, oh my God, this is like little kids seeing this are gonna be able to relate so hard. Like I'm 26 and I relate to it so hard.
Right.
Like I'm
Yeah,
not
no, it's
sure
so important.
if I'm stupid Luz or Amity crushing really hard. Like they're both
Maybe
fantastic. It's
Both.
both, yeah, both is good. But yeah, I mean, I love that they're really throwing subtlety out the window. Not that it was even there to begin with. Like, I keep thinking of Korosami. We got one blush. Here we've gotten like 5 in one episode, and it's crazy. And I'm not
that
over
blush
it.
in Korra was such a big deal, and now Amity is just free to gay it all up, like
Yeah.
for
You know,
20
I
minutes.
can't deal with how much of a disaster lesbian she is, but she's a jock, she's a nerd, prep, she's every faction of school, and she's just gay for this stupid human, and it's beautiful. I love it so much. I think
Even
this is
said
better.
the L word. I can't even believe
I
it.
know!
I like lost my mind. I was like, "Are we doing this right now?" Like, Amity, you got it bad.
She really does. It's
Does
so
that count?
good.
Does that count as her saying the L word? I hope
Yes!
so. Okay.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
absolutely.
it's the other L word, yeah.
Yeah,
Lesbians?
not that one.
Okay, if Amity says I'm a lesbian, I'm literally gonna rock it into
my
the moon.
mind.
Like, oh, they are like at the stage where they totally could do that, and if they don't, this is like setting it up for other shows to be able to do that, and I just think it's really neat.
I think that's definitely by me.
Oh, I just think games
it's in
and
play
beats.
for the show. Them doing labels and stuff. That's totally in play.
Yeah.
No, Michelle, what were your reactions?
Well, okay, I think Allie and Delaney said a lot of really things that I also echo in terms of just like it's so exciting how explicit this is. Like there's so many parts where it's just like, wow, like I really can't believe like Amity said the word like sweating. Like objectively it's just like I was not prepared for Disney to like be on board with that. It reminds me of like in Keystone Motel when Ruby just like straight up goes to town on Sapphire's neck, and I'm like, wow, so you won't let them kiss on the mouth, but like this is like fine. It's just really interesting to see how far we've come. One thing I want to point out is that like this relationship is so good, and it's such a joy to see that like Amity's like figuring out how to respond to her feelings in real time, but there's not this pressure to confess to Luce at all, which I think is something that I've seen happen in a lot of shows before, where like, all right, when one person realizes how they feel, then there's this lead up to a confession where it's like, oh no, are you going to tell them? You got to tell them. Oh, you can't keep the secret forever. And that's really not in play here. Amity is just, she's finding ways to be very supportive, to insert herself more into Luce's life naturally, and to like honestly just be a good friend because she cares so much about this person. And I feel like that's so much nicer to see than just like harping on like when is she going to tell her? Like we know she's going to tell her, but it's all in due time, and that's very much not the priority
so cute.
of their relationship right now. And I think that's like so lovely because like yeah, like just being so into someone that it kind of scares you and then you become a babbling mess in their presence is like something we've all probably related to on a level, especially when we were younger dealing with like early crushes. And like that's beautiful on its own. Like I'm not worried about like where it's gonna go or like how much more awkward it can get, because it's just like so sweet and cute and charming, and that's like their whole dynamic. So I just like can't believe we're here now. This is, I mean, angst is great, but like this is just like, I don't know, eating like beautiful. Yeah, it's like eating cotton candy, like something beautiful and fluffy and just light and airy and just like very, very sweet to the core.
Wow, fluff over angst confirmed.
Yes.
Right now, also, I think so.
The thing is,
I
like,
want
there's
fluff
angst in the fluff. It's intertwined.
Yeah,
A little
That's
bit.
true.
Yeah.
It's a little embedded in
I think
the
we're
core.
used to a lot more right now, so this is a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot
Well,
more
and
fluffy.
Michelle, you brought up something that I think is kind of the weakness with Miraculous Ladybug is we kind of, with Miraculous Ladybug, you have this like obsession and they become friends. And instead, this is a much more natural progression of, I have a crush on this person. I want to spend more time with this person.
Yeah.
And it's like, and so I think that's another reason why this is so compelling.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the fact that it's just flippin' adorable.
That's interesting. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot
it comes
of
from a very genuine place that they just like they've realized that they have so much in common. They both love the Azura books. Like I think it's so cute that they both like watched the same movie and stole the like sports move from it because they're such huge nerds for that witch stuff. Like I love that bonds them, but also just like Amity like saying like, oh, like I love that Luz is so dumb, and then taking it back, but being like, yeah, like there are all these very logical reasons why Amity loves Luz and sees her as the great person she is. Like it's all founded on things that make a lot of sense and seem very genuine, and it's not about being like angsty or dramatic for the sake of it. It's just like this is a very natural progression we're seeing unfold with both of them.
Yeah, where's the Azura book club? That's my question.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Also, what is Azura? Like, is this a human fiction character?
Okay. I've decided
we don't need to
like
spend all.
No, I decided it's like Barbie. It's like they were like, oh my god, did you watch the Barbie soccer movie? Like that's how like.
No, right? Yeah, it's like based on the book series. But why does Amity know it? Like, is it from Earth universes. Or is it in both? Okay, I needed to explain. There's you can make like conspiracy theories about it.
That's gonna be the biggest twist is that whoever wrote it is like a witch in the human dimension or vice versa. Who knows?
I think that's like that realm of twist is totally in play coming up. No, I totally agree. I think this is an incredible follow up to Grom. That's like my biggest reaction. It's like this is exactly what I wanted after Grom. We saw explicit feelings from Amity confirmed, and then this is just a further playing out of those feelings and in just a really fun way. It's just a really fun and good episode, and definitely blown away by all the times when Amity's feelings are shown on screen. And
so expressive.
I've never been more satiated by anything in my entire life.
Right? Yeah.
Christmas. I can't believe we're allowed to have this.
Like it actually
it's like having dessert before dinner. I was like, oh my god, we get to have it. Like
I'm so fat right now. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. No, like this is what I was talking about. Like now that they've crossed this line for like explicit line, you know, I'm so happy that we get to see all of this, and now it's gonna be even more, right? Like,
and that's what I said before. It only gets gayer. I was right.
Can't deal with it.
I hope so. Yeah.
My gay heart is so full.
Yeah, I'm concerned for the finale because there's gonna be a cliffhanger, but it's only gonna keep getting gayer.
Yeah, I'm concerned that Amity will be in the finale. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. That's my biggest fear. But regardless,
the girlfriends, it's okay.
We got like these 2 episodes, which are really incredible. This was just really, really fun. Just shocked by the amount of like romantic feelings Amity displays. It's like already like 5% frustrating. Like why? Like like they should be together, but like 95% like just really enjoying it. I think which is a great combination.
Stupid. I can't
I've seen so much stuff about it's like how can Luz keep being this dumb, but it's like, well, maybe Luz has never had a girlfriend before. Maybe she really
I think that's fair to say.
What the line is like she loves
this
person.
Had friends.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like the fact that she still scooped her up like in her arms at the end, I feel like Luz like on some level knows she likes Amity. She just like hasn't put it into the clarity that Amity has.
Or maybe she's afraid. Like she doesn't think Amity would like her back.
Yeah.
And also like listen, the most relatable like queer experience for a girl who likes another girl is being, I really want to be her friend, and this is what we're having, and it's fine. Like,
it's true.
It is the core of like the woman loving woman like experience.
That's
like
my permanent state of being.
Okay, like it's just like I'm 24 and I have this. This happens. I'm like, do I want to be your friend or do I have a little bit of a crush? We just don't know.
It's especially funny that Luz is this way because she writes fan fiction and makes AMVs, and she's still this dumb.
Yeah, you're a shipper. You should understand.
It's personal.
It's because they wrote the perfect fan fiction for us, but it's canon.
I know this world.
The being friends thing is like subtle in this episode, but there's like they're trying to frame this, I think, as there's a line of ever since Grom you've been hanging out with them, right? Like so, like we kind of understand that this is like the status quo now. She's hanging more with the Luz's friend group than her former Basha group.
And Willow and her are like chill.
They seem chill, yeah.
And Willow has so much confidence. Good for her.
Yes, I love Willow so much. We have to talk about her because her last name was also revealed.
Really?
And I feel like, her last name is Park. And so one of her
Park?
dads,
Park.
she might be half Korean. That's my theory. I think it's a theory running around now that her name has been revealed. And we know one of her dads.
She's
at
a
least looks-
plant magic witch with Park as the last name. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, okay.
Let her have it, Dylan. Shut up.
I
That would be
mean,
great. Don't make it about actual parks.
there's her name, Amity Blight, and it's like a demonic realm. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good
Well,
names
it's
here.
Blight because
Yeah.
she's like an abomination
Yeah,
track.
Blight, yeah.
Yeah.
But like at the beginning, when you see Willow, like not really like I don't want to say being popular, but like the kids in school are like appreciative of her talents, and then Amity comes in like with Basha, like I grew up, I stopped making fun of people. When are you gonna do that? I was like, what? This is
I was
a
like,
great
that
episode.
Ruin her life in front of everyone.
It was good. I want to see more, like, because it's we've seen a little bit of that, but I feel like there's also some stuff happening off screen with that. Amity
That was
moving
like-
further away from that.
Amity fell in love with Luz, and she's like, I can't be mean anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, yeah,
I was
exactly.
having-
Supposed to make you a better person, and you can see it so much with her immediately.
And I don't want to this is gonna be, y'all are gonna be like, that's so stupid, but like this is really relatable to me because like me and my wife like very much like make each other better. Like I'm very much that like Luz character who like bring me down to earth a little bit, and then I'm like making her a little like kinder. Like it's interesting.
nice.
Are
That's
you guys
nice.
gay or something?
I know,
Wow.
right?
I agree. You're loose though, Delaney. I agree.
Yeah.
It's a good take.
The other thing I was gonna say, for me the most frustrating thing with Lumity is why Amity is this super cool aloof girl. Like, why is she the one with the giant crush on the biggest dork alive, Luz? Like, how is this?
That's so fair.
Like,
Because
She
how
has a
is that
record,
dynamic?
literally
gonna,
my
like,
wife.
It's not
real.
even that someone is a crush and she doesn't realize. It's just Amity's so cool and Luz is such a dork. Like, why? Like,
Like, I mean,
Great.
you just explained it. It's because Amity is so cool and Luz is such a dork.
I know, but also.
So Luz
Okay,
is
it's literally-
like this free spirit, and she really admires that because, like, Amity, because of her parents, I'm assuming, she's very tightly wound and she has all these expectations on her shoulders. And Luz doesn't have any of that. She offers her this sense of, like, freedom and joy that she didn't have in her
Well,
life.
Luz is who she wants to be. Like, she wants to be
Yeah.
that free and like.
Yeah, that cool witch, very talented.
She said she admired her a lot at Grom, and I think it's clear to see why.
Yeah.
They admire each other, and I want to
Yeah.
cry. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
look, I really agree with all that, and I agree all that's behind it. But it's still like, come on, like, it's,
It's literally, I mean, it's literally Catradora. Like, Catra is way too cool for Adora. Like, Adora is so stupid.
A hot take.
Amity's like, I feel like Amity's cooler and Luz is more of a dork. Like, it's extreme. More
Oh,
extreme,
absolutely.
Too.
It is pretty extreme.
But it's just because Amity, like my wife, is a secret dork.
Exactly. Like, we just
Yeah,
need the
yeah.
Azora book club to see how Amity
Yeah,
really is.
Azura is the dork that brings them together. That whole fan thing is their dork kinship.
That's why this is
Yeah.
perfect. It's because it's the secret dork. Like, it's very real.
So they're secret
It's
dorks.
perfect.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good.
Also, I
Bring
saw
out
a
her inner
tweet.
dork.
This is the best tweet, and it was like, it's unfortunate that Amity's moron sexual. It's a hard life.
Accurate,
Oh
You
my
know what?
honestly.
I can't relate because I'm the moron, but I understand.
I was gonna say you're Luz too, but I wasn't gonna say that. But actually, that's true.
It's fine, I know it.
We're all probably more Luz than Amity. We can't be Amity on a. No, okay, let's go.
Amity real bad. but
I
he
do.
isn't.
No, it's very true. But
Manifesting.
let's go through all the moments. We've talked about it, I'll referred to them, but we got to go through all the moments from this episode. I'm like, okay, Amity on the outline, Amity crush moments, and there's like 6 bullet points. That's so many bullet points.
Like, in one episode. Again, like, we're so used to getting one per episode, like in any show,
I know.
and this is just such an
Or
influx.
like
It's
one
insane.
every couple of episodes, and then this is literally 20 minutes of Amity being like, okay, so the first one, like when we get the little voice line, I've been talking for too long, I lost my mind, and that's not even the gayest part of the episode. Like, I don't understand.
Right.
Like,
But it's also very relatable because you ramble with someone you have a crush on, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, Luz comes up to Amity. Amity's just blushing the entire time. I've been talking too long, and then she's like, "Yes, I can help." Like,
oh my
Wait,
god.
what is it? Yeah, she agrees before she knows what it is. She just wants
we also
to
have
help.
that tie back. She's like, and you're here at school with me, where we go together. Like, which just ties back to when Amity was like gay panicking in front of the lockers. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my god. You go to the same school, it changed everything.
That was
So
that was such a great build up, like with that scene, like and
I'm
now
so happy
we're
everyone
here.
picked up on it being gay. Like
I know.
we really all thought, and we were just fed.
And then like Amity blushing in the snow episode, right? And it's like, what were we doing? But then all build up to the last 2 episodes. Oh man, that scene, and then this next scene, which we've talked about a little bit about already. But Amity says, "Me on a team with you, running around in cute uniforms, sweating."
And then she's
Sweating.
like, I gotta go. She runs away.
I gotta go.
She
Yeah.
cannot handle her feelings.
This
Michelle,
is what
I'm really
this is
glad-
what everyone was saying before this episode aired. This is what everyone was hype about, them in cute uniforms together. Yeah.
I'm like really glad you touched on them allowing that line, especially the sweating
sweating,
part,
yeah.
to be like
Look, the
greenlit.
sweating is not inherently anything.
Yeah, well, I know
Inherently
that's true.
nasty.
But on the other hand,
It's nasty.
if Luz was saying that line to like a boy at school, like they just be like, ha ha, she has like interests in boys and thinks about their bodies because she's 14. But like because it's Amity, it's like it feels so shocking just only because they're 2 girls and we never see it, but it's completely normal. So I'm like, dang, I can't believe we're like at this point, especially with Disney, because like
It's
they
just
have
a
some
normal crush. It's amazing.
This is
Yeah,
how
it's
it's
just a normal-
more than like a
normal
kiss at the end of the
crush.
series.
Yeah.
At the end of the series, yeah, but we still need the kiss. So
Oh,
they're-
eventually.
okay. I think because this is so like this has to be before the end of the season. Like I'm convinced
Before you think
at
they're
this point.
kissing before the end of this? There's 2 episodes left.
Well, I don't know if they're
What?
kissing. Amity's gonna be like, "Will you be my girlfriend?"
Oh.
before the end of this.
Yeah, I really hope so. But
I can see like a cheap kiss in the end. But
well,
like,
here's my worry. Amity broke her leg at the end of this episode, and their next episode they're going on like a field trip to the Emperor's. So like maybe she has to stay behind because she broke her leg. That's
No.
my fear.
No. I bet. Okay, they have magic. Her leg will be healed. It's
Right?
fine.
Yeah. Why don't they magic it back?
They have
Yeah.
magic.
It's fine. It's fine.
that episode though, doesn't it say Amity's going to be around?
I don't think Amity's, and she hasn't been in any of the preview images. I mean, there's only been like 1, but
Okay, no, they have magic. She's
Hiding
fine.
it.
Also, they probably have magical wheelchairs or something. Amity would not let this hinder her education.
That's true. She takes it seriously.
Or also her being around Luz. I just have to like. I love that Luz makes her
Also-
more soft and like a better person, and she just also makes her more stupid. Like it's
Yes.
incredible.
Also, like
is that a good thing?
they have magic, and this
It is a
girl
good
still has a crutch. Like, could y'all not figure out a better solution than putting her in?
Yeah. Why is she? Yeah. Why? Yeah. It's
Listen,
dumb.
things are still
She
expensive. There,
hopes
probably.
that Luz will pick her up again if she
Oh,
looks
yes,
pitiful.
that's true.
with crutches.
Oh my God,
She
it was
might
well
guys,
planned.
Guys.
and help
Luz
her
just
again.
gives her a
It's
piggyback
all-
ride the entirety of the finale.
all
That was all
a
part of the plan.
strategy
Where's that fanfic?
Amity
Delaney's
has.
preparing to
Oh,
read that
you don't
fanfic.
No,
understand. I have notes on my phone. I'm already writing like a cast fan.
Yeah.
It's canon.
Yes.
Amity's writing it down in her diary. Like this is gonna go all according to Keikaku. I promise.
Yeah.
No, Luz would be the one to say Allegory to kick.
That's true.
Obviously. that's how we learn Luz likes Amity back, is she has a secret plan for. Okay, though back to the wherever we were. This way. No, I liked the Michelle analysis of the like sweating, even if it's like innocent, just referring to like something physically about like 2 girls.
Yeah.
Like that does feel like really significant. Not
is.
something we've necessarily seen before. Okay, next line is I think this is during the backstory, after Amity's backstory.
Yes.
Luz gets really close to her face and Amity just like falls over and blushes.
And her
So
face, turns entirely red. It
Yeah.
amazes me. Like it's not even a subtle blush anymore. It's like her whole
She's
face
just,
now.
dead.
Like
Yeah,
the fact that it
it's-
happens so
she-
often, I was expecting Luz to be like, "Are you like feeling okay? Do you have
Right?
a fever?"
No,
Like,
she
in
doesn't
anime.
even
Why
notice
is
because
that
it happened with the
like-
sweating line too. She's completely red. Yeah. and-
Like Luz is gonna do something, and Amity's gonna faint. Like,
Like literally when she.
she almost faints in the scene. Yeah.
her blood pressure is too high. Like,
I
We
have
saw-
to go back to the sweating thing because when she was like, "I'm gonna go," and Luz was like, "Oh, I guess she's out." I was like, "Yeah, maybe out of the closet with that." Like, and you can't know. You literally
That's
can't
good.
understand.
Like, Basha has that line where she's like, "Oh, like Amity went soft." I'm like, "Yeah, soft for love." That's like,
Yeah. Why
well,
doesn't
I'm
Basha
convinced
realize it
Willow.
either?
Willow knows. Like Willow was like,
Willow gives
gay.
in the scene we're about to talk about. Willow gives one look. Yeah.
You
that's,
like
Yeah.
Luz, don't you, Amity?
yeah, but about the
gay wingman. canon. I'm so excited.
I really that would be really fun. Amity,
Willow
we had an emote on our Discord already of Amity really like angry and red, and now she's like really red
Blushing
and
and
embarrassed.
red.
So this is
So
just what
good.
she does. She just like gets really
Our
red.
Discord is just going to be Amity.
Yeah.
I know. I'm restraining myself
Choco
from
and
adding
Vodka.
5 more from this.
No, we should
episode.
just make
add
them
more,
all.
please.
Oh,
Who
I should add
cares?
more. Okay, interesting.
I'm gonna boost the server again, so you can do it.
Yeah, we need to get boosted to 200.
Oh,
emotes,
I'll
so
boost
I have
the server just for
Lumity
doing
emotes.
Amity.
Yeah.
emotes.
Okay,
So-
next. So Amity's talking to Willow and Gus, and she's like, talking about Luz, which I love. No, wait, and then she's, which is so sweet. No,
She's
wait.
Which I love.
She
I
can
mean,
be so dumb, which I love. And then, oh my god, and she's just, and my favorite is Gus is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
and
Gus
Willow's
doesn't
like, she's
understand.
gay.
I hate
Gus
it, and
is
it's dumb.
too
Willow
child.
knows.
And she's blushing the entire time this season, this episode, this scene too. This is one of my favorites though. Is just her talking to other people about.
It's
about
literally
Luz.
like, she is
The L word.
swooning. I can't handle it. Like,
Yeah, no, she says which
Yeah,
I love.
I
You know,
can't
she
handle
doesn't
the
say
fact
I
that she
love
said
Luz, but she
love.
says I love this about something about
Highlighting
Luz.
it
which
right
is incredible.
love.
They
Yeah,
can't, they can't see that, Allie, that you're highlighting
Yeah,
it
we're
on the
in.
outline. They can't
So
see that.
just so y'all know,
Hold on.
we have a Google
No.
Doc, and Allie's
No,
like
wait,
Made it
highlighting.
yellow.
Now we can't read it.
God, no one can read that. Make it like
There, I
red.
did it.
Red,
Highlighting.
yellow,
Okay,
like,
yeah, no, I always get confused with highlighting and changing the text color. Okay, next, this is the best. It's the best one.
Yeah, this actually is.
So Amity gets hurt, which I was really frustrated at the end that Amity got hurt and no one was paying attention to her.
Me too.
For,
You
like,
were.
I was like, go,
still would.
Amity's hurt. Go to yeah. That was me. So they say, Luz comes over to him. She's like, Amity says, "Who's Amity?" Like, it's not even referring to anything.
It's
Like,
so good.
she's not even stumbling over anything coherent to us.
No,
but-
and the
Nobody
best part
asked, sweetie.
is she switches her legs and she just starts like patting, like it is the funniest thing
Yeah.
ever. Like she's
It's
like,
like your
"Who's
leg's
Amity?"
broken. Why are you putting pressure? Like she does it because she's
Also,
too
I'm like,
flustered.
you didn't hit your head. You're just an idiot. Like,
Amity's maybe a secret idiot on top of being a secret nerd then. It's perfect. The clues are lining up.
they are lining up. They're both stupid.
Are we all secret idiots? Luz picks Amity up, and Amity says, "Oh wow, sports."
Oh no! Important. She goes scoot, which is now the
Yeah, she
English
goes
word in
scoot.
the dictionary,
Oop,
and just picks her up.
Oh wow,
what happened
sports.
to her nerd arms? She's been picking up Amity for the past 2 episodes. She's been
I
like
don't
working
care.
out.
It's the
She
bisexual
has strength
strength.
for Amity where she doesn't
Like-
have normal strength for Amity.
for anything
That's
else.
just-
Yeah, she
Super
catches
bi-strength.
Amity in the,
It's
in
by
the
strength,
dance, right?
Yeah.
That's also very relatable. Only having strength for women.
Yes.
People we love the "Oh wow, sports" line.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
just
Oh,
talk
wow.
about
It's
Mae
relatable.
Whitman's delivery on every single
This was
line.
definitely Mae Whitman was incredible this episode.
She's so good.
It's amazing.
Her in the first scene with the and then her with this "Oh wow, sport."
I
Oh my
literally
God.
can't. She goes, I've been talking
Oh,
for
the
too
sweating
long.
and the
That's also
sweating
my
too. The
favorite.
sweating.
The
Yeah.
first scene with her arm movement, like, "Hey, buddy, old pal."
It's so good. Oh, and then I really like. I'm not putting anything down. Like,
Yeah, that was good.
Took it literally.
so good.
It's human lingo, apparently, but she knows what a high five
That
is.
was-
Non-confused.
Who cares?
Didn't
It
they?
doesn't
I feel
matter.
like they had a thing about teaching about the high five, but no, they definitely understand some things and not others. It doesn't make sense, but yeah, okay. Picking this is the favorite. I think Luz picking her up, her saying, "Oh wow, sports." Yeah, that's a good summary of the
So
sports
good.
episode. Yeah.
That's just that should be the episode title instead.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh well. Also, like, I knew when it was winging it like witches that this was going to be intensely gay, but I still wasn't prepared.
Like, I'm kind of glad I haven't watched the movie now because I don't feel a need to anymore. So there's that.
No, you really.
No,
Okay, I don't know. Like, I love soccer movies, and Bend It Like Beckham is really good.
I know, but the sexual tension between the women doesn't amount to anything, and here it absolutely does.
You're correct.
This is what it should have been all
It's
along.
true.
Oh, and also, I love that they're throwing shade at Harry Potter again in this episode.
Oh yeah, no, when they
So
grabbed
good.
this stupid beetle or whatever, that was good. A plus.
Yeah.
that was
I've
really
been
funny.
waiting-
The choosy
Luz
hat was
complaining
really
about the
funny
rules.
before
Okay,
too.
so I've been waiting because I was like, okay, are they just not doing any references, or are they gonna do like I've been
They
waiting,
did one at the end, yeah.
and they finally did one, and I was like, yes, shade
Yeah,
Harry
Choose
Potter.
Hat was good.
That's
And then
only
this was way better.
criticisms.
No, I mean it's like an obvious thing that you're gonna get compared to if you do a magic school. So how do you handle it? And they're just
Yeah.
like
I think they
occasionally
handled it
lampooning it, which I think
Yeah.
is a good approach.
Oh yeah, and right, and they did the hat that eats
The
kids,
choosy
which is
hat.
hilarious.
yeah.
I
That
just
might be
like
my
that
favorite
Luz was
gag from the
complaining
show.
about the rule because I also, not being a Harry Potter fan and reading the books, was like, what the heck?
Yeah,
Why would you
Right.
watch the other players if you just want it's accurate? Like
Yeah, we've made this joke, but it was pretty good how they did it. Yeah, that is for a good. It was pretty surprising, I think, how it came into an episode, which was good. And then lastly, at the ending montage, Amity on a crutch, she goes to Owl House to have tea with them, and her and Luz are smiling at each other.
It's about the found family.
Hootie knows what's up. He shoots
Hootie knows?
Amity.
He
Hootie
does.
pushes her onto the couch
Oh.
right next to
it's
Luz.
true.
Like the
Hootie
one
is
good thing
trying to
he's
be a good
done.
wingman in his own Hootie way.
And
I'm
Eda
here-
is looking at them like, I know you, kid. I
I
know
see
you're
you.
gay.
You
I
think
know.
Eda knows? Hey, we
Eda-
need
Eda's not straight. I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
it's
Look
because
at
she's
Yeah,
her.
been there
honestly.
before.
we need Eda teasing them. That's a
Please.
Like,
Oh my god, I need this.
Same.
Hootie
But
throws Lilith in too.
Yeah.
Hootie's just very helpful.
He did a lot of good things. For
Okay,
the first
him.
time.
Yeah,
That
he
was
did
so
for
funny.
one episode.
I really look who I found in the woods.
Seriously.
Yes, who found a friend in the woods? It was me. Else. God, I love to hate him. It's fantastic.
Exactly.
He actually served a purpose this episode, which I wasn't
He was the
prepared
ref
for.
in the Lilith and
Yeah.
Eda
He was
match.
the rep and the field.
And the
He was.
That
for
was
some
kinda-
because he was taking the place of all the obstacles, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like that he got stepped on multiple times by
So good.
The
By all the
sisters did.
children, yeah.
great.
We saw young Lilith in the photo of the Grudgby. She'd
Yeah, and
red
her
She was-
hair.
Captain, that's
Oh
so
my God.
cute.
sister rivalry.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Lilith just comes in to arrest Eda now if she's always been the most wanted witch in the Boiling Out.
Yeah.
But
Because her heart's not in it. Like,
There's a
yeah, I think
plan.
that's clear. Yeah.
I'm more concerned about how these children are just going to her house and are not
And
getting
they don't
caught.
care. Yeah, no,
Like,
there
no
doesn't
soldiers
seem
are
to be a
following them.
There are
Yeah.
no rules.
There are no rules in the Boiling Isle.
It's definitely because Lilith wants Eda to come of her own accord.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Dumbest thing to want. Like, that's never gonna happen.
Like she
Well,
doesn't. I mean, that's another thing why this is so interesting. And I saw someone complaining on Twitter that this show doesn't have an antagonist. And I'm like, it's not necessarily a problem because I think there's a lot of interesting interplay going on with all of our characters because Lilith is an opposing force, but Lilith loves her sister. That's obvious. And she wants Eda to join her. And she also wants, she's doing it to, not just because she wants her with her, but she wants to cure Eda of her curse.
Mhm.
So it's really interesting, I think, how this is all playing out. And I'm intrigued to see, obviously as Lilith is, quote unquote turning or what action is going to happen now to finally force Eda's hand or what's forcing Lilith's hand to make this come to a head. So I think it's really interesting how all this is playing out. And that's what makes the show so compelling is because it's not just, we hate the villain or you don't really, she's not really a villain. She has a job to do, but she loves her sister.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what we do with Lilith and Eda in the finale. I'm expecting some big Eda, Lilith,
yeah,
Eda
definitely
things.
gonna
Also, their
drama.
sibling interactions are hilarious.
They are. But
I
she said
kinda-
she's.
Oh.
Go.
Okay, this is tangentially related, but I kind of can't believe Lilith's whole job is basically being a lackey for the Emperor hunting down her sister. Because Lilith's been established to be one of the most ambitious, most powerful witches in this entire world. Why is that her sad dumb job? Honestly, that does not live up to her potential, and I don't understand why she's okay with this. Maybe she's just so ingrained into this is how the system is that she's okay with these scraps, but clearly she's so capable of doing so much more. And also, if witches are such a big deal in this world, why is there an emperor dude at the top and not a witch? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. What's up with
The
that?
system is rigged. It's
a
gonna
rigged
be...
system.
I think witches refers to everyone in this world. But yeah, no, we've.
No, because there's wizards. Remember, we met a wizard in episode 3 or whatever.
I don't remember, but that's a long time ago.
There
Do
are
they call it
wizards
witches and
witches.
wizard school? Okay.
No, it's a witch school. It's explicitly just a witch school.
Are they different
it's not.
things? Interesting.
Well, it's
They
Gus
are.
is a witch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gus is
that's
a
the
witch.
thing.
So
Yeah,
so they're
that's what I
not
was- yeah.
gender related, but they are separate jobs.
Yeah,
which
so
is
we'll see. Maybe Belos is maybe something different.
I thought it was like a how you identify label type thing, but that makes kind of more sense.
I think there's a lot of things to question about the show's mythology that we just don't know yet. So that's an exciting part of the finale is to maybe.
I'm just like Lilith was like, I'm gonna come back with, or like when I come back for you, it won't be alone. I'm like, why was it ever alone in the first place? But it makes sense because she doesn't want
she's
to.
trying
her
her
Like,
heart's
best.
not in it. She doesn't actually want to. But it's like, Lilith, find a different job then. You can do better
yeah,
than
seriously.
this.
Lilith,
It's hard
stop being
to
a
think-
cop. God.
She's probably
Yeah, stop being
jealous
a cop.
of Eda, but like
Yeah,
she's
I'm-
stop being a cop. Like she doesn't want to be working for them. She wants to do her own thing, but she's just. I mean, I guess that was. I want to know about their parents. Like maybe they pushed them to do it. I feel like this is all about toxic parenting and how it affects you and what you choose to do with your life.
I will say this episode has made me feel more comfortable with. I don't think this is going to be one of those like Amity versus Luz. Like Amity's like on Luz's side.
As much as I like the rivals to friends trope,
No
like
angst,
I'm
please.
so glad we're past that. Like we really need
Amity, yeah, look, Amity's never been the rival, really. Like
She was in like the first 5 episodes, but it's
Only
fine.
for like when they have the convention episode when they
yeah,
actually
there's one
have to have
episode
it.
when
But
they
that
kind of
was-
fought, but it was in
that
service
was
of
when
Lilith and
Eda
Eda,
and
really.
Lilith
Yeah.
were,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like in a way, like
They've
we
never
compare
really opposed
Lilith,
each other.
We compare
Well, in
Lilith
this way,
and
like-
Amity with Eda and Luz a lot, and I feel like since Luz and Amity are already pretty much going to be together, I feel like maybe they're what's going to get Lilith and Eda together.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
the parallel.
it's the
I've been
reverse,
talking
right?
about this
Yeah, it's
the
a parallel
whole
because
time.
like they're the next generation and they're finding a way to make it work, and I feel like
Yeah,
that's
I love
definitely
saying
going to
that.
rub off on Lilith and Eda. It's going to be so good because they're finally going to get to have their sisterly bond rekindled because of the young kids.
Gay
you
love
know?
will bring peace to the boiling isles.
Yeah, it literally
Oh
is
my
what's gonna
God.
happen.
Bring
Yeah.
balance to the play.
Amity's supposedly Lilith's pupil, so yeah, I think she could maybe
thought,
talk
like,
to her about it at some
this
point.
I really like that trope.
It's very
Yeah.
clear that this is the parallel they're doing, which I think I love that they're doing like an actual like romantic relationship parallel with siblings because it's kind of like subverting what you would normally think with like, female leads. But then to also have this like, it's also happening faster than I thought it would. Like, actually, like, we're very much pushing Amity and Luz together when I'm like, yes, don't make me cry. And so I think this is going to be great. And also Amity can also play into that factor of convincing Lilith.
Yeah, we'll see if all of this I think can play in the finale. I'm interested to see what we're
This
gonna
is why I feel like Amity has to be around. Like even if she has.
do.
to
I hope so.
Yeah.
She has to be there and be like, go Luz, and just be cute. Like that's
Yes.
just.
Yeah, I
Speaking
mean,
of cheerleaders,
Right?
I'm your
King-
big
King.
fan.
King feels
Hi,
such a-
Luz.
Oh my god, my favorite's like, you're not gonna post this anywhere, are you? No, keep dancing.
Oh yeah, that was great. Also,
Yeah.
I want to talk about the actual game because just apart from the mechanics or like
Pro
logistics
bending.
of it being really fun and awesome, I just Luz and Amity's interactions the whole time. Like she's trying to protect her from getting jumped on, and like she
Thumbs
pushes
up.
her out of the way. She stops the axe. Willow's
Yeah.
also a bad bee, and I
She
love them
learns
all
a
so
spell in the middle of it. She's like, Amity, fire magic! Like, y'all are stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, how is she holding that? She's still human. Like, she should have had.
It doesn't
third
matter. It's
ability.
'cause she's magic. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, Amity gets really hype that she scores at one point. I think that was really cool. Nice. And yeah,
Still got it.
and Luz does, yeah, she learns fire magic, fourth spell. I like how they're incorporating these more
Only the
subtly into
Avatar.
episodes.
Yep, only the Avatar.
Hopefully
also-
more
Also, like,
spells.
Willow gets to show off. She's like, plant magic, let's
I
go.
know. That's the thing.
When-
Like Willow's been one of the strongest witches we've seen at the school. Like her
Yeah.
powers, like
You don't
way
mess with
beyond
poison
a
ivy.
normal
You
human.
don't.
So it makes sense that like everyone would be interested in her and think she's cool because like she actually is incredibly talented. She just hasn't been showing people. She's kind of been hiding in a way because she wasn't confident enough
Yeah.
before.
So
Also,
good.
her and her little barrette. Oh,
I know.
What is up with that?
Yeah,
it
that's
feels
nice.
important, but like,
It's,
what's the
it's
backstory?
from her dad.
it's her
Oh, is
confidence.
it?
I don't know.
Brett is her confidence.
So cute.
Not
Yeah,
so
I think
subtle,
it was kind of representative of that, and yeah, maybe we'll learn more about it.
Like
in
her
the future.
showing off a little bit. It was adorable.
Oh
we start.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we started with a lot of Basha in this episode, like a Basha POV.
Okay, the Basha
montage.
intro was amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot
Pep
to unpack there.
Hilarious.
So good.
Love Basha. So many mean girls in the show. It's incredible.
There's
Also,
really a lot.
but then at the end, there aren't any more mean girls because
They're all happy. Yeah,
And then
Scarra's
Willow,
really happy
and then
with
Willow
Willow.
like looks at Basha and she's like, I don't want to play Grudgby, and it's like, boom, drop the mic.
They're all gonna be
But I
friends.
really like
there.
that. That was so unexpected that all the girls
Okay, what if? Okay, this isn't all the fan fiction, but what if Basha and Willow become a thing? Like, I will lose my.
Yeah, you want that?
I'm
We
ready
do.
for that.
We're not going full enemies to lovers with Lumity, but maybe with Basha Willow. Yeah.
Oh,
Look, I saw it. It's been in all the fics, and I didn't really get it, but I get it now.
You get Basha and Willow
it.
now.
Honestly.
Scarra's her prom date. What about new green-haired girl that replaced Amity on their team? Yeah, we don't
She's
know about
fine.
anything about
She's
her.
cute.
Big girl for her, but don't worry, we will.
Luz was
Dylan.
really happy about her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being nice, and she was like, "Oh, cool, yeah." And then the montage stuff. And
The first one was great
The
with the picnic
sport
scene.
montage trope is just
Oh my god,
so
the
good.
otter, the sports montage was amazing, and my favorite was the montage of teaching them what a montage was.
Yeah, my favorite was
Yeah.
the Ricky music instead of
Yeah,
Rocky.
Ricky, yes. Yeah. Luz says she's watched a lot of sports movies, so she knows. We didn't go down the anime route.
Yeah,
you
thank
know.
God.
For one, restraint.
Thank God.
Thank
Okay, I
goodness.
guess so.
This is too much of it, Dylan.
This is
You know
more.
what
This
I'm
is
talking
more
about.
accessible. I thought Luz would talk about all her favorite sports animes, but
No,
okay.
because then we would have gotten a bunch of panty shots or like a lot of like naked
No,
men,
no.
and it would have been unacceptable for Disney.
I guess so. That's unacceptable. But now with the Lumity is not.
It's fine
That's
though.
good.
Amity can be sweating about.
Ew.
Sweating? No, she's afraid of being sweating.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
afraid of other people sweating. and
Also,
I
like,
want-
Amity was like, I've never played again, and then she's like, I'm gonna do it for Luz.
Like, right?
Yes!
Like,
Yay.
Luz brought her back into sports.
I really appreciated that flashback, like, because it shows there's no I in team. If you try
yeah,
to
that
make
was
it
last
all
thing.
about
It was
you,
great.
then you're
Yeah,
gonna mess
yeah,
it all
Good
up.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amity's like Grudgby captain flashback. I love that. Love seeing her
Her,
eyeshadow
her jacket
and
is
her.
so good.
Yes.
It has an A on it.
She
Is
should
it?
give that to Luz when they start
Yes,
dating.
absolutely.
Jacket.
Oh, God.
all
yeah,
thanks.
that's good. It was.
All
I
these
love it.
hetero tropes turning gay is what I'm living for.
Really like the music in this episode, by the way.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
really
notice
good.
it a ton, but like, there's like an Amity theme that played a few times was really good. There's like I think the theme when they're playing the Grudgby match I think was really good too.
Yeah, it
the
was
music
good.
during that. Last thing, we've talked about most other things I want to talk about already, but we are kind of talking about this, alluding to this. But like, how long are we going to stay with this current state of Amity crushing on Luz? Luz has no idea. Delaney said she's anticipating either a confession or a kiss in the finale.
Amity can't keep up like this, she'll die.
So you think
She'll
very
literally
soon?
have cardiac
Are you
arrest.
speaking from personal experience?
Yeah, she's literally gonna have a heart attack and die.
Because we've seen, as referenced previous podcasts, we've seen shows like Star Wars Force Evil continue with the crushing stuff for seasons on end. So
And they've
that would
gone
be-
back and forth, so it could totally happen here too.
I hope we don't do the switcheroo, right? With Luz on Amity, Amity gives up. Yeah, I don't think Amity can stop with this crush. It's too
Also,
much.
I don't
right
think
now.
they can do that to us. Like,
That
that's
way.
not allowed.
But also, Amity just can't do that for herself. She's
She'll
too far
literally
gone.
die.
I think
Body
in
can't handle it.
in general, the thing that's like impossible to predict is we've just never seen a show do definitely not do like a queer romance like during the actual show, not just at the end.
Yeah,
We have no idea what's gonna
That's
happen.
such
Like,
a good point.
no
But
one
even
could predict how gay this is
straight
gonna be.
romances, except for one show which we're not going to talk about. I've like never seen this during the actual show. Like
Wait, now I want to know what show you're talking about.
It's almost like shows
But we
don't know what to do with like
Yeah.
relationships after the big reveal happens. Which like I feel like this show absolutely has to do that. I mean, I could see like the cliffhanger, like Delaney, like the cliffhanger of season 1 could be partially Amity making it explicitly obvious to Liz how she feels, and
Yeah.
then season 2 can be about either Liz figuring out how to reciprocate that, or them straight up dating and figuring out like that next chapter of their life together. I feel like Ruby and Sapphire is the only time I've really seen
that
like
too,
a long term. And the thing with that is like we only check in with them every like 20 episodes, so it's not
And they're an
as
established
progressional.
relationship.
Yeah, and it's like a much older relationship. So like for them it's going to be fresh and new and just
Also
like
much longer.
I'm so
Like,
excited to see that.
There's two things. So part of me, like, you know, it's hard not to be greedy. They're giving us everything we want. Like, it's happening. It's going to be great. This isn't going to be like the conflict of the show. And Amity's such an ally, and there's going to be cute witch girlfriends like fighting everyone. And the conflict will be external. But then there's also the other part that is deeply concerned that what if Luz is like, I don't like you back, and then I'm gonna have to like leave.
I'm gonna jump out the window if that happens.
They can't do that. Like they're not gonna do that to us. But I'm also like, what if?
I could.
She wouldn't say it like that. But,
yeah, she would be like, I don't know, I'm confused. Like,
which
like, I don't know if I have those sorts of feelings
line,
yet.
but would hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to get hurt personally.
No, we said we would fluff over angst, remember?
No, I know, but angst in the fluff is what I live for.
That's too much
inside
angst.
The fluff.
That's too much angst.
Surprise.
It's the perfect blend.
No, not that. No. Yeah, Allie, what do you think? When do you think Luz is gonna know about the crush, or Amity's gonna confess? They're gonna kiss. Do you think end of the season? You think in season 2?
I feel like it's so not convoluted, but it really just depends on how many seasons we're getting, because we obviously know we're getting 2 so far.
Yeah, we don't know beyond 2 yet.
We have to get a 3rd, but I don't even know how far I could go past that. I think something has to happen in the finale. Either it's going to be a attempted confession, a successful one. I don't think they're going to kiss. Maybe a cheek kiss or a hand kiss, just because I live for those. But I don't know.
Mouth, I'm literally going to lose my mind.
I would actually scream. But then,
like what if Amity like kisses her and then goes off and like?
I wouldn't like that though, because you need to not consent, but like also yes, consent. You need to just establish more things before you kiss straight on the mouth. But like,
definitely.
We've also seen a lot of the surprise kiss. Don't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like really over it. Like as much as it would be great if it's hetero to gay, I don't want to see it, especially since they're 14. But something's going to happen. There's no way. I know you're worried about Amity not being in the finale, Dylan, but I feel like it's impossible with how much they're building up her relationship with Luz.
Or like Luz, or maybe we'll have an episode where Luz figures out she has a crush on Amity, and then we just like come together.
Yeah, that's what I'm really waiting for, because she totally knows she has feelings, but like you guys have touched on a bunch of times and how we've talked about it on the other podcast. She is very, not like emotionally stunted, but she doesn't have a lot of friends back home. She doesn't know how to express certain feelings.
Well, and there's also a chance there's a chance she actually really likes Amity, but she thinks she'll never like her in a million years, there's.
And if that happens, then I might cry, because that's too relatable.
Same, relatable.
Yeah,
based on what Allie just said, I just realized, Luz canonically might not have ever had like a real friend back home ever. So if this is really her first group of actual close friends, then she has no context for like what normal friendship is versus dating, because she's probably also never dated anyone. So maybe that's
Willow
honestly
to be like, "Hey, Luz, can we have a talk?"
Yeah, she said in this episode, Willow is one of my best friends ever, or like my best friend ever. I don't remember the exact line, but
that says a lot, because like they're close, but her and Willow like haven't even known each other that long, so like maybe she just really doesn't know.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear
no parameter for a normal relationship
that she doesn't have friends like on Earth.
That just makes me so sad, but also
like,
really hopeful.
They're her first friends ever.
She might have like some. Yeah, I don't think she's like deep relationships.
Well, her mom said that like she like kind of like not like this is why you don't have friends, but like she made it very obvious that Luz doesn't have friends.
That she just reads books.
It's been that way a while, and that's why she wanted her to go to camp, because she wanted her to learn how to socialize, and she was worried that her nerd stuff was getting in the way of her having an ability to form bonds with people, which like I get from like a parent perspective. If you're not a nerd parent, maybe it comes off that way, but I mean, look at her now. Her nerdness led her to friends.
Another dimension.
Right, yeah.
She's gonna come home with best friends and a girlfriend.
And a girlfriend.
Her mom's gonna
she
be
did
like,
everything right.
Camp was successful.
Yeah, her mom would be happy about it. No, here's another factor. What if Luz maybe does like Amity, maybe knows Amity likes her, but has a lot of anxiety about the fact that she's there temporarily, the fact that her mom expects her to be back.
Are you trying to make me throw something?
That's a lot.
Well, that's the angst with that. How about that as the angst?
I know that's what.
She's like, what if I fall in love and I can never see her again? You know,
There was like a thing on, I think at the beginning of the episode when you're in Basha's room with the trophies, that you see her calendar. So it's like implied that it's been a month since Luz has been there already. And we all know summers only last like 3 to 2 months. So we're getting like down to the wire.
Yeah, no, that might be addressed in the finale too. Because I don't know, it's like really anxious state right now where this situation seems very tenuous. Like Luz might have to go back at any time. Will they be able to see each other? Anyone in the show, Luz and anyone.
I don't want to think about it, but I also love that kind of angst, and I eat it up for breakfast.
What's good though is that they have the portal. They like Eda seems to be able to go in the human world anytime. So unless the Emperor intervenes or something, like Luz should be able to visit at any time if she wants to. But
hypothetically, yes, she should be able to.
we'll see what the Emperor does, though. Because, again, well, remember, Mom is receiving letters, which I still think are from Emperor Bellos, some sort of scheme.
But also,
from the
now we've
camp.
seen what Luz's
They're like, oh
handwriting
god, we
looks
lost
like.
her kid.
Yeah, the campus is... all along.
We saw that note that Luz put in Eda's not lunchbox.
Oh my god, that was great.
But,
I cleaned your lunchbox.
I cleaned it for you. It's amazing.
Yeah,
So-
Michelle, what's your prediction on when Luz is gonna know?
So I think knowing and smooching are different because I think she's gonna find out way before they smooch. Just because like this has happened so much quicker than I think any of us bargained. Like again, we're only in the first season. It's like confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I think I'm honestly at a point now where like. Because I think a lot of times when we talked about we wanted smooches, it was like, because to us, like, smooch meant undeniable, but it's already undeniable, so it's not like we need a smooch to confirm anything we don't already know. So I think, like, I'm not in a hurry to get to a smooch, but a confession...
Every time you say smooch, I just giggle.
Well, they are going to smooch someday, but it's not... I don't think it's going to be by the end of the season. I think a confession, more or less, could happen in the next 2 episodes, because, like... It seems to be ramping up really fast for something, but I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want this, like, again, like, Amity can't be in this state of being for too long, or she really will just kill herself over her feelings. She'll forget how to breathe or something and just turn red and die.
I'm worried about her blood
Oh.
pressure.
It can't go
Yeah,
on that much
seriously.
longer. Plus, like, we don't want a star marker where it's just, like, painfully drawn out to the point where it's, like, everyone knows and we're impatient for it to happen. So I want it to happen relatively soon so we can get to, like, that after stage of being together because we don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I completely agree. Really eager for them to be like just dating during the normal plot of the show. But I hope at some point during season 2.
Like, could you just imagine them going on dates?
during the show? Ladybug
Like,
could
I
never.
I
Never.
can't process that kind of
Any-
information. That never happens.
I know,
Cootie
we've never seen
blocking
it.
them during like a movie night
Oh,
together
God,
in the
yeah.
Owl House, or King like coming along on a date to mini golf and messing things up, but then they bond anyway, and it's
Or,
just
like,
so good.
Luz
Like,
inviting her over
Eda
to
just
sleep over.
torturing them.
Yeah,
that's what
Eda
I
be
need.
like, oh, you want to hear all my good tapes for dating girls? Because I got a lot of those.
Right?
And
Right?
Willow, Eda gives Amity like the shovel talk.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yes.
Like we want to get there. I could see some sort of confession cliffhanger in the finale. I don't think a kiss either, or I could see them doing nothing more just because we've kind of had the
We're saying all this. They're
climax
gonna
for
be
this
girlfriends
season.
next episode. Like we have.
I mean, the thing is they've ramped up so hard, so it's possible
Yeah,
right, that it all
they've ramped it
culminates
so
in the
fast.
finale.
Like
We could stay here. Like I wouldn't be upset if we stayed at this
Yeah.
state into the
Like, we're
beginning
just
of next
torturing her.
season, just because this episode's so fun. This current state is really fun.
Yeah,
And also
So
just
it-
because there's a lot of like plot stuff that needs to be established and like kind
that's
of
true
wrapped up.
too.
There's been more Lumity than plot on this show.
Yeah, there has been. I'm not complaining, but like we do need other
So
stuff.
we could see a reversal in the finale. Yeah, we could see that. Okay, Delaney, any final thoughts on Lumity, Amity's crush, anything?
It's beautiful. This episode was amazing, and I just keep being blown away by how just great the show is. Like period, full stop. And this again, what we're seeing is so meaningful to not just like us and people our age, but children who are going to like. You can watch the show and be like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's like fine to like girls and to like ask girls to prom and to have a crush on a girl. And I can't. It just blows my mind to be seeing all these tropes that I've seen for years that have been so intensely heterosexual, and then now it's just like boom, gay, and it's amazing. Like I mean, literally,
Boom.
It makes me like, yeah, boom, gay. It literally makes me like my heart hurt, and like I just cry when I think about it.
Beautiful. It was meaningful to a lot of people. This really has blown up Lumity. There's a CNN article today on Owl
It's been
House.
trending like
It's
ridiculous.
The popular fan animatic has 500,000 views now on YouTube. Like all of it, this wasn't that big of a ship even like 2 months ago. It's really cool to see so many people getting into this. Allie, final thoughts on Owl House and Lumity.
I mean, again, like all of you have been saying, I've just been really just shocked at every episode. I'll stay up on Fridays, like trying to go to sleep and
Same.
be way too hyped to wake up on Saturday. It's really like, I kind of haven't felt this way since Korra, if that kind of makes sense. Not because of like the gay stuff, because I also really like the world and just how it's been done, but the fact that
Even She-Ra?
Yeah, I mean, with She-Ra, it's different because, you didn't get one ep a week. You had
Yeah, no, I
like,
agree.
Yeah,
No,
it's
this
dumps,
is
yeah.
I
That's
literally
true.
And, like-
it literally felt like like I was saying in the chat, I was like, it's like waiting for Nick because they wouldn't put up
Yeah.
the core episodes on time. Like,
Yeah, the core episodes went up at 3 a.m. too, yeah.
and they were never on time.
This is why I really miss like that kind of not binge culture, the opposite of that, because you could like stay up and talk theories with your friends over the next week about what's gonna happen and who's gonna die or not, whatever. But like apart
a
from
much different experience.
like as much as I'm enjoying the representation of like queer kids, like I love a great redemption arc. I love a great like just character being written. I like Catch was great, cool. Her redemption arc was great, but I love seeing Amity being a better person just throughout since she's gotten to know Luz. Like I said at the beginning, she tries to like be shady with Basha, like stop being a rude person, and then in the middle Basha's like, you just ruined your social status, and she's like, no, I think I made it better. I'm like, that is growth right there. It's so good. And like especially for kids who get to see this and are in high school and they like are going through stupid hierarchical BS with like friends or what have you clubs, they can see like you should just be able to do what you want with who you want and like don't care about judgment as long as you're happy. And I just think it's beautiful. It's just so good, and I'm really excited for the next 2 episodes, but I also really don't want the season to end yet because I don't know how long we're gonna have to wait.
What
for
are we
No,
gonna
it's
do?
gonna
Like,
be
are
a
we gonna
while.
die? Like, once
I'm
this
gonna
is
have to
over?
watch Amphibia.
Yeah.
That's the solution.
Oh, I
But
need to
then
get
when
caught up.
Amphibia's on hiatus, we're gonna
Well,
be stuck.
get Amphibia gay ship, then we can transfer it over,
Yeah.
Oh,
Gay
good. If
migration.
only. I mean, I'm there with you. I want it.
We're all there.
No, like it's gonna, like, this is probably the last 2 episodes of 2020 and might be even a little longer, so yeah.
I am comforted though that we have season 2, so it's
I
fine.
will
Yeah,
say
season 2 definitely.
2020, I mean, we talked about this before. 2020 is a dumpster fire, but we've really like gotten so much queer
It's
rep.
because it's the gay. It's the
Delaney
gayest
said
year
it's
ever.
our year. Delaney said
kinda
2020 was
is.
our year.
It's
It
our
sucks.
year. Okay, here's the thing.
I kinda
2020
hate
is
it.
the gay year, and because this is how things go.
Is this the year you want to claim, Delaney?
No, this is
It claimed
extremely on
us.
brand.
Choice.
No, this is just extremely on brand.
It kind of is, yeah.
The
Everything
world
else
is ending, but we get all the gay stuff. Like, it's accurate. Like, this
That's
is
the
this is
trade-off.
legit.
That's what Disney thought would happen all this time.
Yeah, they're
Maybe
not,
they were
like,
right. I
here
guess
it
they were
is.
right. Yeah.
They're like, this is the only time we can do it when the world's ending. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
exactly.
People are focused on other things. Okay.
Exactly.
But no, nobody's focused on anything else. Everyone has all this time now to
There's
talk about
Trump and
Lumity.
there's
Exactly.
Lumity.
To obsess over every minutia of gay.
Yes.
Michelle, what are your final thoughts?
I really like this show. I think we wouldn't care so much about how. I don't think we'd be like shipping Liberty so hard if they hadn't built a world around it that was equally interesting and compelling. I feel like that's what makes a good romance or good characterization work, if the rest of the show is equally interesting. So I think we're really lucky to have this show. I'm really excited to see more. I hope they get greenlit for as many seasons as they want to make.
All of them.
I mean, like, even like Gravity Falls, like, that was such a popular show and they only got 2 seasons and clearly they wanted more. So if Outhouse could be given more time to do exactly what they want on their own terms, I feel like that's the best case scenario and that's what I'm gonna shoot
It's
for.
definitely hard to argue with their success at this point, I would say.
Right?
Yeah. It's kind of impossible.
Yeah, I think that was at least partly an Alex Hirsch decision for the 2 years. But most Disney shows seem to get a pretty standard 4 seasons, like,
Yeah.
always.
Also,
like,
while we were talking, I got a news alert from a Variety article about Lumity, just so y'all know.
Yes!
spreading.
It's a big deal. Everyone's jumping on the train.
Yeah,
This is
I
a
mean,
good
once these
pandemic.
entertainment sites, they just copy each other. And they're
It's
like,
true.
here's tweets we can use for an article.
It's true,
Yep.
though. He's not wrong.
Yeah, Owl House makes history with Disney's first bisexual lead character on
My
Variety.
favorite is everyone's like, well, there was this one short. I'm like, no one watched the Disney Plus short. No one knew about it. Shut up.
We do.
that great Disney short from years ago. I don't know. What was it called? Okay. But no, yeah, no, Disney's I don't remember the name. Disney's one of the leading people now with, I mean, maybe if there's more than one show, we can say that. So let's not go too crazy. But yeah, this is so exciting. Alice has been great. Really looking forward to the last 2 episodes. We'll be back probably firmly this time in 2 weeks, unless again something crazy happens.
Wait,
Don't
so
hold your breath, guys.
are the episodes, are they doubling them, or are we getting one each?
One and one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
so this was 17?
Yes.
This was 17. Yeah,
So then-
we don't know why
19.
there's a missing episode this season, so we'd like to
Is
know.
19 supposed to be the first part of the 2-parter, or is it a whole
19
2-part?
is the last. There's 30 minutes 18, 30 minutes 19. We don't necessarily know that it's a 2-part finale. It's just two more 30-minute
Wait, are you saying
episodes.
there's not an episode 20? Even though
Doesn't
there was
sound
supposed to
like
be?
it.
No.
There's a, if you go to the Disney press site, there's a missing production number, the like
Interesting.
114 or something. So maybe it got
It was
pushed to
probably
next
too gay
season.
for
You know,
TV.
I don't know. Everyone was like, "Oh, they got cut because it was too much
Too
nudity
gay.
confirmed." But no,
Too
I mean
gay.
clearly not, because we saw these
Wait,
ones.
like, how is it, like, there's no way, like...
There's no way it was even more. Yeah. Probably it's just
good
some weird
point.
production thing, but yeah, it is weird. 19 episodes, so two more 30 minutes. Very exciting to
I'd lose my mind.
see what we have in store for the end of Owl House. Let us know what you thought of our discussion on Amity's crush on Lumity on the rest of Owl House. Comment section on YouTube at overlyanimated.com. Find all the ways to contact us at overlyanimated.com. Make sure to subscribe to not miss future Owl House podcasts. Turn on that notification bell, right? On YouTube. Yeah. Do that.
Right?
Turn on
Do
that bell.
that.
Turn on that notification bell. They consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Carter, and thanks as always to our patron executive producers Ryan Seavox, Beatrice C. Michael, Needle, and Phonician. Check out other stuff at overlyanimated.com, including we had an Amphibia podcast come out today. The other exciting Disney show, a few exciting Disney shows airing right now. And check out everything there, overlyanimated.com. Back for Owl House in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.